Yo, what's going on, everyone? The CoolGeek here, and welcome to CoolGeek Defense, a place where we geek out over martial arts and self-defense. Today, we'll be discussing the upcoming fight between Stephen Wonderboy Thompson and Geoff Neal. Let's get into it. Okay, as for clarifications and announcements, this will be pretty simple. I'm going to go over who I think will win the UFC fight between Stephen Wonderboy Thompson and Geoff Neal. First, I'm going to break it down stat by stat. I'm going to be going over power, speed, technique, and stamina. Then I'll go over who I think will win and why. And at the very end, I'll put some slow-mo highlights for both of them. On to the meat and potatoes of the video. First off is power. So overall, both fighters have dropped people with their punches and kicks. The real question is how many punches or kicks did it take? As far as Geoff, he seems to drop people in one punch or kick regardless of if it's part of a combo or not. As far as Wonderboy's power, he seems to mostly KO people or TKO people them as part of some combo or some cool sneaky way of doing it, right? So based off of that, I would say that Geoff Neal has the power advantage by a good little bit. Not saying Wonderboy's weak or anything, he's obviously not. He's a UFC fighter, he KOs people and TKOs them, but he's just not as strong as Geoff Neal. On to the next section. So as far as speed, neither fighter is slow. They're still able to land hits on all of their opponents. But Geoff isn't really known for his speed. Like, he really doesn't have any speed feats that are that impressive for a UFC fighter. Like, obviously, he's impressive because he is a UFC fighter. But as far as UFC fighters go, his feats aren't that impressive. Whereas Wonderboy's signature thing is literally speed blitzing the opponent. He literally has a blitz named after him, that being the Wonderboy Blitz. And in all of his fights, he prioritizes evasion and punch and kick speed. So that's why I think Wonderboy has the speed advantage by a lot. So as far as technique goes, Geoff has pretty good Muay Thai and boxing, and as far as I can tell, he has okay wrestling. And Wonderboy has excellent karate, good Muay Thai, and also Wonderboy, when he was in a video on the MMA On Point YouTube channel, said that he has good wrestling. So shout out to MMA On Point for that little tip there. Also, I think Wonderboy's boxing is underrated. He constantly looks for angles to land his punches on his target, which is a big part of boxing. You have to put yourself in a position to land that punch, not just punching randomly. So, with all that being said, I think it's safe to say that Wonderboy has the technique advantage in this fight. Now here comes the arguably most important section of the video. When it comes down to power versus speed, if the two fighters have relative skill levels, then the fight usually comes down to who has better stamina. And Geoff Neal usually finishes his opponents in their fights in the first round. So he hasn't really had the chance to show off any good stamina, and I've never heard him talking about his stamina before. Whereas Wonderboy, on the other hand, puts massive time in working on his cardio. As he and his dad stated on Wonderboy's YouTube channel, Wonderboy and his dad slash coach know the importance of cardio, so they work on it a bunch. Also, shout out to Wonderboy's channel. So that's why I think it's pretty obvious that Wonderboy will have the stamina advantage in this fight. So, all in all, I think Geoff Neal is stronger than Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, but I think that Wonderboy is the faster of the two, as well as the more skilled of the two, and he has the better stamina of the two. All of those things leads me to the conclusion that Wonderboy will win their fight tomorrow. No disrespect to Geoff, Wonderboy's just a monster. He's top 5 in the UFC for a reason. Again, no disrespect to anyone. These guys are both really good fighters, really strong. They're monsters. Wonderboy, I think, is just a bit better at what he does. Anyway, on to the next section. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button. Also, leave a comment telling me who you think will win the fight and why. Most importantly, why. If you like to be cool and geek out over martial arts, subscribe and ring the bell. Thanks for watching. On to the highlights. Keep geeking. Until next time.